Um, I'm gonna tell you now a little bit about our exhibition development process, and then we can come back more to sort of key concepts in planning. So once an idea is for an exhibition is accepted in principle, it goes into development through our exhibition development process, and so it's basically we have I laugh because it looks very, very neat and tidy in 5 steps on this slide, but it's actually, the actual process is about a 40-page document. But it basically has 5, I've resumed it for you, I've spared you the 40-page document. And it can fit into about 5 approval steps. So those are the ones that you see. So basically, we have the idea, the approach paper, which is sort of the concept, the charter, the project brief, and the detailed scenario. So I'll go through those. Basically, idea, so exhibition idea and principle. This process that I'm speaking to you about is sort of more based on our internal exhibitions, so exhibitions that we're conceiving of in-house. But it also, exhibitions that are proposed from the outside pick up the same process from step 3. So when we produce things in-house, we have these first 2 steps that we're looking at, and then all of the other processes, or all of the other exhibitions fill the other processes. So an idea in principle. Most of our ideas come from our content experts within the museum, especially when we're talking about Canadian content. So from the archaeologists, ethnologists, and other researchers that work with us. They can also be generated by, the general public, staff, ideas that are held, and then they're developed into an approach paper. So an approach paper is a very sort of short document, but it holds, it means that the generator of the idea has consulted with colleagues in interpretation, in programming, in marketing to sort of assess just sort of a preliminary level of interest or accessibility for an audience, identifying a key audience and a key message. The charter, the exhibition charter, is the next step, and that's sort of the first formal document that gets produced. And that's something that as the head of exhibition planning, I have the responsibility for the exhibition charter. So it sort of formalizes what the project, what the scope of the project is going to be, identifies who's going to be working on it from our museum, what the general expectations for the project are, what the general budget assigned to the project is, and it really does serve as a contract between our exhibitions department and our research department and the executive committee, as in, this is what we are aiming to do, this is what the tools that we're going to use to do it. And that's just sort of the kickoff for a project team that gets developed. And then at CMC, a core team for an exhibition project is composed of a project manager, designer, interpretive planner, and the curator, content expert. The project brief is the next step, and it's a sort of a document that it provides detailed information about the exhibition. So this is a document that comes along probably approximately 6 to 8 months after the charter, and it's a more detailed plan for the executive committee, and this is something that the project team conceives of.